just quickly submit my consent form, and every,
What?
every time it records, it's like, do you
Oh
consent?
yeah, true.
It's like,
I
got it or leave.
it doesn't do anything though, because I didn't hit it the first time because I was like, oh, I don't want to mess anything up, and it just continued recording. Like it doesn't do anything. I think it's just like a thing that they put there for comfort or legal reasons.
It's not even consent. It's just like full disclosure. You're
You're
being
being recorded.
recorded. If you
Yeah.
don't want to be recorded, please leave the meeting now.
Yeah. No, I think it literally says that. I think it says that if you want to leave or if you don't want to be recorded, leave the meeting.
This is the epitome of not reading the privacy policy and terms and conditions. You just
Who does
press
though?
okay.
Who
No
does
one,
though?
no one. This
We
is
all
why
have
big tech
parameters for
companies
podcasts
always,
24/7. Like
yeah,
I'm sure it says that in there somewhere.
this is why big tech companies have all our data.
Welcome to episode 10, part 2. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. How are you,
Welcome
Nick?
to episode 11.
Episode 11. We love symmetry.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have
Do
any?
one word answer check-ins. That's a good
Yeah.
podcast, right?
Did you have anything exciting happen this week?
Did I have anything exciting happen this week? Again, I feel like I should reflect before I come on this podcast because I don't have anything on the tip of my mind. Do you have anything on the tip of your mind? And maybe I'll think of something as we go.
Trying to think. I did something happen interesting to me this week? I don't think anything did. I think I just
We just lead extremely boring lives this week.
yeah, I worked. I'm trying to think if I have any like restaurant stories from last night, but I don't think I do.
I mean, look at like my calendar. I literally can't think of anything. This is okay.
Oh, is this good or bet you're like, oh,
Well, I literally looked at my calendar. I go, what did I do this week? Because it's all a blur for some reason. So I'm playing a lot more tennis after graduating. It's been really fun. The working for the furniture bank has been kind of like work, but also like strength, muscles, working out.
King
You can
of
tell that
strength and muscles and working out.
you can tell that I can talk about these things really well. Catch me at the gym doing all the things.
Are you on Sports Illustrated?
This is not my route. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that working for the furniture bank, doing heavy lifting, and then doing tennis has been my cardio. It's been a lot of fun. And last week was, well, I guess 2 weeks ago was the first week I signed up for this tennis clinic at a local tennis club, and it's Tuesday nights, and you sign up for 4 weeks of clinic, and then at the end of the 4 weeks, there's a round robin tennis tournament on Saturday.
Oh, fun.
And so last week was week 2. And it was funny because before week 1, I was like, okay, I haven't done a tennis clinic since I was a senior in high school. I've played tennis recreationally. I don't know what this is going to be like. I'm now no longer considered like a junior player. I'm an adult.
Yeah. Also, haven't you instructed before?
Yes, I've been teaching like young kids tennis, but I haven't been in my own clinic where I was like being instructed or whatever in a very long time. So I get there and I'm like, I don't know what the age range is going to be because adult is an extremely vague term. It's like could be anyone from
like 18 to 65.
Yeah, exactly. Like
basically know your way around a racket.
Yes. What is the age range? What's the skill level? Like, are these complete beginners who are just like, hey, let's get into tennis after I put my kids to bed or something? I don't know. So
you just
I get there.
Go to tennis.
Exactly. Just all right. They're sleeping. They won't hurt themselves. I'm just gonna go play tennis now. And so I go to the tennis club and I go to the clinic and I quickly realize that I am one of the top, if not the top player in the clinic, as well as an outlier in terms of age, one of the youngest, if not the youngest player in this clinic, which was like good and bad. Because it was good because it was like this is a lot of fun. There's people very social. It was bad, or not bad, but it could be bad. I don't know. The good thing is it's only 4 weeks because it's session 1. And so I'm trying to see if that's the correct outlet for me. Because if I'm the best player there, I want to be able to improve, and I don't want to like lose my skills, and so I want to be able to play with people who are like the same level as me or better than me, so that I
Right.
can have more competition. But it's been a fun workout.
Or you could pretend that you're horrible and then smoke some elderly people in the tournament.
This
That's
is
what I'm
true.
saying.
You'll have to come to the tournament.
I absolutely will. I'll wear a Point of View shirt.
Yes, Saturday, October 9th at 5 p.m. I'll give you the address later on.
Okay, I thought you were putting it out there as like you inviting
No,
everyone
inviting all the
listening.
audience to like, my
We're gonna
God, it's
entertain
Justin from Point of
people
View.
more.
Our fan base wants to watch me play tennis anyway, but you know.
Yes, yes. We
So
need to
that
come up with
was,
a fake name.
yes,
Look,
doers like weird. I don't know. We'll figure. Isn't that a drink too? Never mind.
okay,
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure
So
it out.
yeah, I did that last week, and I also led a quick 24-hour retreat with my high school. Well, I didn't lead it. I was like the emotional support shadow role
That's kind of like what we
because
do on here.
I'm the emotional support
I
shadow role.
self-deprecate and then you make me feel better. So we do that for each other, honestly.
We do. I feel like we both have moments of self-deprecation we've had on the air, and then we just immediately raise the other person up when it happens.
That's like, oh, okay, that was meant for therapy, but
Yeah, wrong venue, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But that was
Uh,
nice. I was glad that for the retreat thing, it was so. If you remember, I led the week-long retreat in August
yes,
for
I
my
do.
high school,
Mhm.
and then yeah, so the guys that I led on that retreat were the leaders for this retreat, so that they were leading sophomores, so the seniors were leading sophomores,
Okay.
and yeah, I was there. I will say, oh my gosh, sophomores in high school are a different level. Like, I hope I wasn't as just ridiculous and crazy.
Mm.
I don't like using the word crazy, but
I don't either, but it's such a
just
common word, but I'm trying to remove it from my
right.
vocabulary too.
I'll just say maturity level is very different from even seniors in high school compared to sophomores in high school.
Mm.
Is just there were people like we gave them like part of the morning prayer service that we do on that retreat is we walk to the beach. The retreat was down the Cape, so we walk Cape Cod for those who are not Massachusettsans. If we walk down to the Cape or to the beach, we gave them incense and we said, when you're like, just take some time to meditate, pray, do what you want, and then
So,
when you feel called, take your incense and you can put it on the coals that are on the in the sand.
okay.
We gave some people incense, and there would probably say 40 sophomores. I would say about half of them, as soon as they got the incense, took their hand, put up to their nose, did a big
Oh
sniff,
my God.
and then did like, you know how when a dog gets their face in something, then they don't want, and then they start sneezing the crap out,
Yep.
and then they all like in unison, literally start. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I watching right now?
Like you had a case on your hands.
So God bless the seniors that led the retreat. I was glad I was just emotional support and
Yes.
that type of stuff.
Who
But
was your emotional support? I don't know how I would have
my
handled that.
Hi, welcome to Point of View. I'm Nick.
I'm Justin.
On today's episode, we talk about our authentic self, the different identities we hold, and the masks that we wear. We end the episode with playing a fun game of Guess the Impression. Justin, let's talk about things from our
Point of View.
age. That was my week. Apparently, it was less boring than I thought.
Yeah, that's very eventful, honestly. I didn't
What about
I
you?
didn't have too much going on. I will say I don't know if anybody watches the show Big Brother, but it's a competition show just like Survivor. It's actually by the same people, but it's in a house. And I have been playing the game for I think 255 days now in a Instagram group chat. And one of the people that I was that was it started with 17 people, and every like month or so one person is evicted from the group. It's like you play competitions and you can lie, it's really fun. You can lie, it's really fun. No, but there's a lot of strategy to it, and one of our shout outs from a few episodes ago, Michelle Hom, shout out to her and her YouTube, which is her name, um have been working together in this group for or working together in the game for a long time. And I genuinely, after playing a game with someone, even though you've like you're only playing it online, you start to feel bad. Because I mean, I won't say why I had to do it, because if she listens to this, then she's gonna know, and then I'm gonna lose the game. But I had to vote her out, and I felt genuinely so bad about it. So I apologize, Michelle. You were the best player in the game, and that is why you had to go. I'm so sorry. But I had to lie to her and say that I wasn't, but I felt so bad. It genuinely, like, I felt bad, and I was like, I feel like I should just like quit the game and like vote myself out, because I genuinely felt bad in real life. And I was like, how? We're playing a game for no prize. But it's been 255 days and she's been doing so well and she's kept me safe.
And you didn't do the same.
I mean, I did up
As
until
soon as you could, you
final.
turned your back on her.
Well, we're in the final six now. Like, she was going to win if she didn't. She was nominated on the block for eviction, if you watch Big Brother, against someone else, and the person she was nominated against is not. I think she was a stronger player, and I had a prior to commitment to other people that I'm playing with, so I had to. It was the hardest hardest electronic eviction that I've ever gone through. We've been through 12 of these now. We started with 17 people, but
Wow,
yeah, in order to
that's so
win.
fun.
It is really fun. You should totally play the next one. Probably won't start for another like however many months, but it's really fun. But that's my way of saying I didn't have an eventful week.
You played Big Brother.
Yes.
Do you watch The Circle on Netflix?
No, but I've heard it's similar. Is it?
So yeah, it's like a social media competition where people are in they interact with each other, but it's only through this social media platform called The Circle.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're pretty much isolated in their own apartments,
Okay.
and they have competitions. And essentially it's a popularity contest, and it's for $100,000, and you're trying to out popularize. I don't know, be out more popular than the people who you've never met. And there's some people are catfish, some people are
Interesting.
themselves. So it sounds similar. And I've been watching season three. And so people on that show, because it's so social media based, it's called being blocked when you're
Yeah,
eliminated.
that makes
And
sense.
and when you're voted the top two, you're influencers. And so
That's
it's a
interesting.
cool show. I recommend it.
How many people are on it in the beginning?
In the beginning, I think there's eight,
Okay.
and then but as when some people are eliminated, then they bring new players in.
Oh,
So they
okay.
bring like four or five new players in as people are eliminated.
So what I'm hearing is you're looking at 13th and 12th place, right? You and I.
You and I, yeah,
That's
exactly.
because I don't consider myself much of an influencer.
You're better on the social medias than I am. I
Okay,
just
so I'll
kind of
get 12.
You get 12. I'll get okay. Okay, fair. It's settled. It's settled. Moving on. There, here we go. But yeah, if I don't know, I would need to do research on I feel like how Big Brother works before I would participate in something like that. But I would
It's really
definitely be
fun. It's
interested in doing it.
it's really fun. Um, yeah. But anyway,
Ironic that we're talking about this because our topic.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to introduce the topic, because you picked it, and I really like it a lot. This I actually like. No.
This we actually love.
Okay. Um, I no, I genuinely am really intrigued by it, and I'd love to hear you introduce it.
Yes. So it's funny that I brought up catfishing and all those things because the topic that we are covering today is our authentic selves and the masks we wear. In other words, who are you, Nick? No, just kidding. Um, but we're talking about how in certain scenarios, certain situations, we might be one version of ourselves, while with another group of people or another scenario, it might be another version of ourselves. And so just kind of exploring the topic of what are our different identities, who is our authentic self, and in what scenarios does that come out. And so I'm glad that you were excited by this topic, and we're going to play a game afterwards too. So I'm excited for that.
I'm not excited for the game. It's so scary.
I think the game is going to
I
be
hate
fun.
it. You love it. I mean, it's gonna be very
It's
funny.
going to be so
That's
funny.
why.
High entertainment value is what we go for here at Point of View.
This is yeah. High anxiety value is what is what I'm going through. No, I'm excited. So,
Yes.
do you want to talk first about what do you think? First of all, maybe this is a question for later in the conversation, but do you think it's bad to wear a mask?
And when we talk about mask, we're referring to like hiding or like not
Yeah,
necessarily hiding parts of ourselves, but more so. When you say mask? What are you referring to?
I guess that would be part of your answer. I would say different personalities that we put on. Um, do you think it's bad to have different personalities for different places? What do you consider to be wearing a mask? I guess is my question. Because
Sure.
I feel like I've been wearing one for the last year. Get it? Anyway,
Mask up.
yep.
Was that the name of an episode? I don't know. We talked
No, it
about it.
was just the thumbnail
Anyway.
of your face. Now we're telling
um,
people just take it off.
yeah, I know. Now
Today's
I'm telling
episode, different
people
type of mask.
take your metaphorical mask off, put your physical mask on.
Okay,
I don't I, I like talking things out, so let me talk it out a little bit.
absolutely.
I don't think that wearing a mask, like putting a mask on or not showing, who you are right away or in certain spaces necessarily a bad thing. I feel like evolutionarily, it's probably something that we've figured out in terms of like survival. Because
Hmm.
like if you're with your close friends, you would hope that you're your authentic self and you're being genuine and who you actually want to be. But then if you're in a group of strangers, for instance, I don't know, at some sort of party and you only know one person, I feel like you're just going to let parts of yourself that you're finding, oh, I have this in common. I'm just going to talk about this. But I feel like that's okay. But I think if you're only in spaces where you aren't able to be your true self, then I feel like maybe that could be an issue.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you think? What's your take?
So I, for a long time, part of my, I hate saying this, or I hate bringing this up. Part of my OCD, I guess that is my lived experience. So I'll just say it was I had to be as authentic as possible. And when I felt like I was hiding something, I was being fake and lying to people. And it's not even like, I don't even know how to say because I was never like hiding anything, but I felt like I just had to say I would just be so, so, so authentic to the point that it was like, oh, if you're not doing this, you're just a fake person. And I've kind of worked through that a little bit, or I'd say a lot in the because that really started in like high school. But I think it's okay to wear different like I think wearing a mask has a negative connotation because it sounds like you're being fake, right? And I guess technically a mask, if it's not your personality, then it would be fake. But I often think about like what does it mean to be fake? Like because we have different personalities that we use, different types of humor, at least I do, in different groups. Sometimes we want to try out a new not a new personality, that sounds wrong, but sometimes you want to, you know, I think being authentic is not necessarily like acting the same way in every space. I think it's acting the way you want to,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
Because
I
when
feel like,
people say things like, oh, it's not, oh, that's not you. It's like, okay, well, it's something I'm trying, like even right down to appearance, because that comes into play too. How do you dress in certain situations? Um, I dress very differently, and I'm kind of merging the two a little bit, but I dressed very differently at school than I did at home.
mm, right.
And one person, my parents might be like, "Oh, that outfit isn't you," and it's like, "Well, it is. It's just when I want to wear that type of outfit."
Right. And I feel like people are very complex people. And
Mm,
it's difficult to put people in boxes, although as a society we love to put people in boxes and categories.
we
But I
do
feel like
as humans.
in certain scenarios it's difficult to just be like, oh, that aspect of you is you and that's only you.
Right.
Because I could be in, we talk about campus ministry a lot. I could be in a campus ministry setting and I could be very true to who I am and an interest that I have, like talking about interests that I have and all that things. But if in that setting, no one asks me that if I'm a, I don't know, Boston sports fan or especially a Bruins fan, no one's going to know. And so I think it's an interesting thing about what masks do we wear versus how well do you know someone,
Yeah.
because we're so complex, and it's like, what are all these avenues of in different, I don't know, different, like, I'm trying to think of the word, like interests or something that people have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how well do you yeah, you can go that route with it. How well do you know a person? You can also like sometimes I've even gotten to the point of asking like, is there even such a thing as being fake? And I know the obvious answer sounds like yes, there is. But is it really fakeness? If I would say it's just like kind of condescending. If you're like if a lot of times when we use the word fake, like, oh, that person's so fake, they're it's usually not a positive thing. Like I've never been like, hey, you're so fake. I love it. Um, are you raising your hand? Or are
I'm
you?
raising my hand.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't want
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt you, so I want you to finish your thought. But I feel like my definition of fake is like surface level. Because if
Yes.
I only am able to like get to know someone on a very surface level, like I really like getting to know people genuinely. Like even if we just met, I'm not afraid to go into like the, what it's like at dinner parties. What are the two topics that people usually tell you to stay away from? Religion and politics. And what do I like talking about with people is, what do you feel like, what's your view on what's happening in the world, and what's your spirituality and faith? Like I love that stuff. Um so I feel like my definition of fake would be surface level. Like if you don't let me get past your whatever you deem as like you're just like, this is what I'm going to show. If you have walls up or something and you don't let me get past, then that's when I feel like, that person really didn't get to me. I mean, hesitate to use the word fake, but if we're going to
Right.
talk about that definition, that's like what I feel like is
So
fake.
on like a, I guess this is like a philosophical level. I don't think there's such thing as being fake really, because it's like, what are we're fake? What we're fake humans? We're not like.
Right.
But I think you kind of done this a little bit where it's not necessarily like because that might be their authentic self. So I would say again, it's like more surface level. That's what I would call them, either surface level or on guard, like guarded, protected, and it might be for for the right reasons. I'm not saying against you. I'm just saying like maybe they aren't comfortable sharing something. I don't know. But I just think like even when somebody's doing acting in a certain way for the like say they're acting really nice to get something. I guess you could call that fake, but I guess at the same time that's their intention. So it's not really fake. It's more conniving. Like I don't like the word fake just because it doesn't really mean
Doesn't encompass all you're trying to say.
yeah, it doesn't. So like I wouldn't say it's a good thing that they're doing it. It's not like no, they're being that's their genuine self. Like I'm not saying like that at all, but maybe their genuine self is not the best. Maybe it is conniving, maybe it is deceitful. I don't know. And
And
it's not just one thing either because we are complex and things are not black and white. Everything is gray. Um not sorry about it.
and there's so, like, again, back to so many different layers. Like some person, I'm very much extroverted, so I'm definitely more comfortable in a situation where there's strangers. I will be maybe overly confident in my actions and things that I do and whatever in new places. But if someone is more introverted, then maybe they're just going to be at that surface level until they can realize, okay, I can trust this person, I can share a little bit more. um, and that's okay too. Or it's a different reason, being someone who's like psychology, maybe they've been hurt in the past, and so therefore they put up walls and they put masks on to
Right.
protect themselves. um, which is an interesting topic. I think, why do we put masks on? One of the reasons being to protect yourself from something that you've experienced in the past from happening again, I think is a valid reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also just not being confident in something that you, in a belief that you have or something that you're interested in. And I don't know. I think that's interesting. I wanted to touch on I bring in identities, the idea of identities, because I feel like part of my authentic self is understanding and having a deeper understanding, not necessarily a deeper understanding, but having a knowledge base of what are my different identities,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that helps with um, being able to figure out who my authentic self is. When I say identities, I say like um, race, religion, sexual orientation,
Mm-hmm.
um, gender,
There's a
all
name
those
for
things,
those, right? It's
ethnicities.
not. I know identities, but isn't there like an acronym? I learned it.
Mm, I'm unfamiliar with the acronym.
It's a long one. But anyways, you continue.
Yeah, no. So I was just saying, like, I don't know. I'm not afraid to necessarily bring my identities into this, but like, I think having my identities and being firm in who I am and like knowing who I am, I think is helpful in being able to like access that, like, and figure out who that authentic self for me is.
Yeah, I think
Um,
identities. Um, I don't think so much. I guess I'm like kind of very like I know what those types of identities are. Those are more. I just said nothing's black and white, but those are more clear to me. I'll say. Like I know. Yeah, pretty much. Unless, I'm obsessing if I, and not obsessing in the oh I love this. I'm talking obsessing in an OCD way, and then I start questioning everything. But it is the doubting disorder for a reason. But I think aside from that, I'm pretty like solid in those types of identities. It's more the parts of that are more interesting to me are the different roles you play and the different I won't say personalities because I'm not saying like we have multiple personalities, but the different roles and the different versions of yourself that you are in different spaces. I'm interested in talking about that.
sure.
Um, and I'm curious to like how many versions of yourself do you think you have? I think that's a really intriguing question.
Hmm. I would say maybe two or three.
I'm like trying to go through my net. What are yours, if you don't mind me asking? Like
I
where,
I don't know if I've never been able to ask to name them. I feel like
right?
the
It's
my there's the and I keep saying true and authentic, and I'm finding now that we've been doing a podcast for a while that I repeat myself a lot. For instance, lax summer,
yeah.
rigorous fall.
So this next episode is going to be it's going to be about transitioning from a more lax summer schedule to a more rigorous fall
Rigorous fall schedule.
schedule.
um, I feel like there's the one part of me. I'm gonna go from like the most true, or I don't know, most like liberated version of myself to one that's like not as liberated. I feel like um and liberated is like a weird phrase too, but I feel like there's a version of myself that's very confident in my beliefs, has opinions, is okay expressing those opinions, um, is okay with it, wants to be there for his friends and family. Um, not that all the other versions of myself are don't want to be there for friends and family, but um, I feel like it's with each version, confidence level goes down a little bit. So then there's, for instance, when I'm on this podcast, I'm extremely confident. I will talk about my opinions because I feel like this is a safe space, and I hope that we're fostering a safe space. My goal for this podcast is to start conversations. But then when then another version of myself would be and a version that's not as confident. So I'll have those beliefs. I'll be strong in those beliefs. But then if I'm in a space where I know people disagree with me, even though I say on here, and this is still true, something that I try and do, that I want to have a deeper understanding with people who disagree with me. Sometimes I will might be more closed-minded or my confidence goes down and I'm just like, I don't want to. I know that you disagree with me, so I don't want to bring up a topic that I know we disagree on.
Mm.
And so the confidence goes down a little bit. And then there's a version of myself which is, I feel like it's more recent. I don't know if this is because of quarantine or because of the pandemic, but I used to be okay no matter the social space. I used to be confident. I used to be able to interact with anybody, kind of be a chameleon in that way, of find where we might have common ground and just like start talking about that. Conversation skills were on point. But then since the pandemic, I've noticed that in certain social settings, I will let other people kind of direct the conversation and not, and kind of like not roll up into like a ball, but kind of just, I am quieter than I ever remember myself being, which I don't think is uncommon, but for me it's different. And
Mm.
I'm finding that I guess is a newer version of myself. um, Maybe because I didn't have to socialize in person for a very long time when we were in quarantine, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
I
Did you count?
I tried. I would say honestly, I think I have like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And I think it's just because I made like anything that was even a little bit different, I was like, oh, that's a separate thing. I think the easiest way to tell when I'm using something, like I think the easiest way for me to count was to think of um what my humor is like in the space, and what um how flamboyant, and I'm not using that word in a negative way. And I'm not even using it. I think when people hear that word, I think they think like, oh, sparkles and loud and everything. And I don't mean it like that. I
Right.
just mean like a level or a measure of, you know, feeling comfortable.
I feel like that's fair because I feel like that's part of, sorry to interrupt, but I feel like that's part of my, I described it like fully liberated, like
Yeah, it's like it's
part.
flamboyant, and it has such a negative context or connotation. Yeah, so I would say like when I'm at home, I am more I dress a little bit more conservatively. And by that I mean I'm not wearing like sequins, because you remember that jacket from the
Fair enough.
junior.
Oh, I remember that jacket. I
Yeah.
love that jacket.
People at home loved that jacket, and by loved I mean hated it. Um, but so I think like that, and just like humor too. Like with my mom, I have a very dry sense of humor that she finds very funny. But I don't think she would find my humor funny if she was with me at the restaurant, because my humor there is just I'm doing anything to make people laugh, and I usually make myself the clown
Mm.
as a like, and I love playing that role because I love making people laugh. And then I come on here and I think that my humor is a mix of the two. You know, I play that like absurd role, but I also, you know, have some like I try and use like my dry sense of humor. So I get, and I feel like I am more comfortable on here somewhat to a degree, um, being more, you know, colorful. Uh, but I will say, sometimes I forget that that this goes out afterwards, that this is published, and I'm like, oh my God, like some of the things I say, I'm like, Justin's grandparents listen to this. Like, what am I thinking? You know? But yeah.
My
So
grandparents are downstairs. Should we have them make a cameo?
we should do, I mean, I think we should do a parents episode eventually. I know your dad wants to be on the show. He said he wanted to be on the show. My parents have both interrupted the show. So I think that, and I'm sure your mom would be awesome on it too. Also, shout out again, Mrs. Do, because her Instagram engagement is just everything with the podcast. And
She
it's fun,
loves.
usually on the Instagram, so I will like be like, oh, thank you. So like I'll send like the emojis. Um,
I'll relay the message to Justin.
no, I think I've said that before, but I'm like, wait a minute, she might have already told him because they're in the same house.
She loves swiping up on people's stories.
Yeah, I love people that do that on Instagram. Even if I don't know you that well, like you best believe I'm gonna swipe up if I see something that I like
Right.
or connect with.
Here's a question that connects to kind of what you just said. Um, do you think that your social media presence is a good representation of who you are authentically?
Yes. I do. I try and I don't think that's a common answer, and I want to hear yours too, but I try and be obviously social media is polished and we all put out into the world what we want them to see, but I try and be as genuine as I can on there. Like I like giving people compliments. I like if you look at my page, I think a lot of people that are quote unquote like cool would probably be like, "Oh, this is cringy or cheesy or whatever." But like I like asking how people are doing. I don't know. I think that again, Instagram, social media, we put the best versions of ourselves. Like am I going to put myself being rude to a family member that I live with on there? No. Do I do it? Yeah. Like I'm not perfect. I have a low I feel like I'm the worst version of myself at home, but also like who isn't? They're the most comfortable, right?
Fair enough.
But so I like we don't put that type of stuff on social media, but I do think I really do strive to be as authentic as possible on social media. Because again, authenticity and kindness are both I think important to us both. But what about you? What do you think about your social media?
I would say you have to look at my social media presence as a whole, because if you just look at what I post on like as actual posts on my Instagram, then you can't really get a good sense of who I am necessarily. I feel like you can get a good sense, but you can't get like a very you don't get all of the minutia. I don't know. So,
Yeah,
but if you look at what I put on my stories or what I comment on, I mean, no one can see my DMs, but like what types of stories I swipe up on and say that's great or awesome that you posted
right.
that. I think that part of me is very authentic. I feel like in terms of posts on Facebook, since I don't post this on I don't really post a lot on Instagram or Facebook, but I feel like on Facebook I will definitely share more things that are um, I feel like social justice oriented and things like that. But on Instagram, I don't necessarily post things that are social justice oriented, but I'll put things on my story that are more social justice oriented. So I feel like yes and no. If you just look at my posts on Instagram, maybe not. But if you look at how I use social media, I would say yes, because I'm not someone who, if I think something you post is, I don't know, not that I do think this, but I think, oh, like that picture of Nick, maybe he should have posted something else. If I think that, it's not like
But
I'm
he
gonna
looks ugly.
it's it's not like it's like, oh, he's looking like more of a brown avocado today than it's like, um,
They
but
rotten.
a rotten avocado. Um, it's
They
not
br-
like I would comment on that post and be like, oh my god, so attractive. I don't know. So
oh my
attractive.
god, so attractive. Signed your
Like I
co-host.
wouldn't. Well, that's not something that I actually post in any case. But more like I would say like something like "Yes, King." I wouldn't comment that if as a lie. Like if I thought like, oh, like something you posted, Nick was like, I don't know if you should have posted that. I would just not comment.
Right,
I
right,
wouldn't be like, "Yes, King, go
right,
off." But when I do comment things like that, it's genuine.
right.
That's also not to say
Referring to
that
my
as a
post eating
disclaimer.
Eucharist.
What?
Are you referring to my post eating the Eucharist
No, no.
as a snack? It was unblessed, everyone. It was unblessed, but those things are good.
I was not consecrated. Um, but yeah, like that's also not to say that if I don't comment on someone's post, I'm saying, oh, that's a bad post. I'm just saying that when I do make the effort to comment, it's genuine. I'm not going to make the effort if it ingenuinely. I'm not going to make an effort to comment or something. But that was a long answer.
I think I have one more like question, or not. I guess it's a tie into what we just said before we transition to the game. I was on my phone as you were telling that because I was not ignoring. I was looking at your Instagram as you were saying it to see if
Sure.
I think we should look at each other's Instagrams and see if we think the like it's a good representation. Not a good one, because it's not like, oh, you do this well or you don't. It's like, do I get Justin do when I look at your page? And I can go first if you want, because I've already kind of scrolled through, but I think you do a better job than you think of, and maybe that's just because I know you. Like maybe we aren't the best judges of that. I'd
Yeah.
love to know what other people think, but I I think you're I mean I think it really comes through. I do. in a genuine way, in an honest way.
And
You seem very family oriented, and um like it seems like friends are very important to you, and also like you can tell that you were involved at school. Like I think those are all things that I think of when I think of you.
yeah, I'd like to know what other people think too. So if you want to judge my Instagram, it's at Mountain Dew MTN underscore DOO. Nick, I feel yours is very much you.
Is
Very
it?
I mean the bio is just, I mean, Lady Gaga stan parentheses monster pink drink aficionado. Like that's right there. That's very much you. I feel like all of your posts are very, yeah, I don't know. They're just, it's just you. It's just so you. Like everything that I think you post is very much you because you have a combination of photos of yourself, photos of friends. I know that you like doing, I don't know if campaigns is the right word, but like different themes.
I do different themes,
I
yeah.
know that you like doing different themes, and I feel like that's very much you because I know that for your agendas and things, you have like a different color for
I
different
do.
month, and I feel like
I do.
that's what you have with your posts and different things. So I feel like it's you too. But can I give your Instagram away?
Yeah,
If
at
you want to,
Kazi98.
yes, if you want to follow Nick or Judge Nick or my
Judge my
Instagram,
Instagram.
it's
Nick GERVASI 98. And also tell us that you're from the podcast, because I will be very curious if people actually follow us. And sometimes like if I don't know you, or like I don't have any like if I recognize you, or if I have mutuals with you, like I'll accept your follow request and follow you back. But if sometimes if it's like from across the world and I have no clue who you are and I don't have any mutuals, I just won't accept. But if you say you're from the podcast, that's I'll know.
yes, me too. So I'm assuming you're also a private account because
Yes,
I'm a private account. So you know, I will pretty much accept anybody. It's just for my own well-being. Of like, I feel like there's that extra velvet rope to get to my account, you know. But I will probably accept your I will accept
And I'm not.
your
I just
follow request, I
that
guess.
was a joke. I am not like okay. Anyways, do you want to introduce the game that I
Sure,
hate so?
but before that, do you have any final thoughts on just maskwear and stuff?
I feel like we could do another episode about this. Honestly, this is such an awesome, awesome topic, and I really just want to give you credit because you came up with this one. Uh, and
It stemmed from the game because I
yeah,
was like,
it's
how
just it
can
was
we get
a
this
really
game in here?
interesting conversation, and I
Yeah.
hope that listeners um feel connected to it like I did.
Yes. And let us know if you want us to keep talking about this because we can definitely keep talking about this.
Yeah, I'm always
Um,
down for part two.
appropriately, and maybe you've seen this on YouTube, maybe you've seen this in other platforms. I wanted to do this an impressions game. So we had our producer compile a number of names of people who might have been on the show, celebrities, um, hopefully impressions that, well, probably won't be able to tell who they are when Nick and I do the impression.
I
But
promise I'm going to be bad at this.
but what's going to happen is our producer is going to message a name of someone, and it is then our job to get the other person.
Humiliate ourselves.
What?
To humiliate
To
ourselves.
humiliate. It's our job to humiliate ourselves, but in the process, get the other person to guess who the impression is of. And again, I felt like this was an appropriate game for this episode due to the topic. And actually, like I said, I got the topic because I really want to do this game with Nick. So let's see how this goes. Rest assured that if it is my turn to give the impression, Nick will not be able to see, and the only way he'll be able to guess is my terrible impression. So, Nick, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? Who wants to set the precedent here?
You can go first.
Okay, so I guess
You know, you can do all of them if you want. No, I'm
no,
kidding.
it has to. It's gonna be so fun
I'm
because,
excited. I just am afraid of offending someone. That's my because like when you
well,
imitate somebody, you usually have to pick like SNL says this. You have to pick like a certain few things they do and make it like a caricature of them.
right. So let's just disclaim this with we don't mean to offend anybody whose name might appear. I haven't seen the names. Nick hasn't seen the names. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. If your name comes up here and we're doing an impression of you. We're not trying to offend you or anything.
And also, we're friends with you. Like, it's probably going to be close friends. I'm assuming it's not going to be like, oh, so and so from Spanish class.
Right. And I doubt if we do a celebrity, that celebrity is going to listen to the podcast and be like, oh my God, I'm offended. So right. I think we'll be okay. So with that, let's see who.
I'm going to turn my volume down. Oh, no, he's DMing us.
Okay. He's DMing us. Okay. So I have the first one. Oh my gosh. I have no idea how we're going to do this. Okay. I have to think. Okay. Okay. When is the vaccine coming out? We do not know this.
I know.
You already know?
Is it Dr. We Notice from SNL, who
yes.
is also Kate McKinnon?
Yes. Okay. Thank God. Okay. Because there was no way I was going to be able to get that. Continue with that one.
What do you mean? You just did. Was it
I was
Kate
trying.
McKinnon or Dr. We Notice?
It was both.
Okay.
It was Kate McKinnon as Dr. Wayne We Notice.
Dr. Wayne We Notice.
Wow.
This I knew.
That I knew if I said the sentence you would get it, but I was trying to like remember how she does the voice. I was gonna come in and be like, "Hi, Colin. Hi, Colin."
Oh, that would have been. I mean, yeah, I think you did it perfectly.
But
all right, here we go.
I'm excited for yours.
I'm not. I'm nervous to even see this name when it. Oh shit! I hate you. Okay, hold on. I hate this.
It's just for fun. It's okay. It's just for fun.
No, I know, but like I'm trying to think of ways. So I'll purposely say something sus to this person, and I'll be like, "You look lovely today," and they'll be like, "Thanks." They just like quickly pass it off, or I'll be like, see, now I'm like outing myself as being weird. But some of the things this person says, this is so good. It's such a good one. I'm trying to do a funny one and it's hard. And this person, believe it or not, is incredible at impressions. Incredible. Oh, I would have to have a visual. Let me just go through my messages for a second. Oh, that's actually really funny because this person just texted me.
Okay, so it's someone we know because it's not a celebrity unless you're texting with Stephanie.
Yes. Hey, Steph. I wish. You see, I need to do a visual too, but it's not going to work because people aren't going to see it. But just be like, "What's up? What's up?" And then like, I'm gonna head back to the room, but I will. He'd be like, "Do we have?" See, I can't. I'm trying to do this respectfully because I genuinely.
Nick, just do the impression.
We've been sitting here for 25 minutes. Are you not getting it so far? Because I haven't given much. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I have no idea. I'm gonna go back to the room, but is it Tom?
Do you want me to give more before you guess?
Well, is it Tom?
Yes. Yes. And
I
couldn't have, because here's the thing. He says things like H. He's who I got that from. So like if I said that, you would have been like, "Are you doing yourself?" And also like he's one of my best friends. I was trying to go for like funny things that the person does. I don't know. But
Tom is Tom. Do you want to explain who Tom is for those who don't know?
Yes, Tom is one of my closest friends and my college roommate for 3 years. I was gonna say we could go all the time at how we like. I could have done a good impression of how we like would butt heads and like So we went to high school together and we were friends in college we were roommates in college for 3 years, and now we're really close. Like I think we're closer than we've ever been, honestly. And he's just one of my really good friends. And the fact that I just felt bad caricaturizing him because he's, but he's a really funny, he has an awesome sense of humor and he's really, really good at impressions. He should have been on this episode to do it.
Maybe we'll have
really well.
Maybe we'll have him on in the future. But I have the next one.
Okay.
And my reaction is laughing face emoji. Let me get into the space here. Oh my gosh, the door to the room that I'm in is just opened. Okay. Hi. Oh my god, I forgot I was on this because I was listening to you guys and I was just like, do I just want to watch an episode of Friends instead?
Is it your sister?
It's my
Is your sister? Does she talk like that? Is she gonna kill you?
She'll probably kill me, but it's fine.
Okay. That was
That's
good.
why I was like, oh no, the door's open. She's literally in the next room.
We've guessed every one of them so far. I don't know how you guessed mine because
Well, because you said, oh, I just got a text from this person. So I was like, oh, maybe it's
all right,
in your personal life.
let me hate my life round 2.
You're being very hard on yourself.
Oh yeah. I don't want to offend anyone.
You're not gonna offend anyone. Did you just see my sister's the impression I just did of my
Oh, this
sister?
is a good one. I like this one.
Okay.
All right. I actually already did this impression on the podcast before.
Are you doing the impression now? Oh
No, I'm gonna okay, this is a good one. I want to think of something really good for it because there are so many to pick from on this one. Like this is an easy one. Let me try and do this. See, there's one hard thing that I'm gonna try and do.
3 hours later.
Yeah, literally. Oh, you won't even know. I'll say what I was just about to in a second.
Nick, do the impression.
That was the fakest laugh I've ever given. I was like actually laughing, but it was like, right. I can't do the scream. I can do the impression really well.
What? That was the impression?
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Oh, Patrick Star?
I was trying to do the, when he gets like, but I couldn't hit it. So it just sounded like I was screeching like a moron. I was like, which is not bad.
What? Who is that?
But it's funny that you said 3 hours later because
You have no idea.
But I was trying to go like I didn't know I was gonna do the I'll have
God, you should have done
Janet, Marty, who are you people? That I could have done that. I could just Patrick Star all day,
You
like
should have done it all. Done it all. Go for
we
it.
should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. Like I could have gone.
This is what I'm saying. Nick. This is what I'm saying. You're thinking too much. You just got to do it.
I know.
You should have just done all of those.
I know. Me think too much? Never. All right, 2 for 2.
I don't know if you know this one.
Okay. Well.
I don't know also how to do an impression of this.
Okay, so just do the impression.
Okay. I just do the well. Okay, fine, fair enough. Karma's a bitch.
It's hard when you don't.
Karma's a bitch. Well, Patrick, you knew how to do.
Yeah, that one's easy. That one is easy. I was just trying to pick what to do best.
What?
I'm just thinking of how we could add that scream into random parts of the podcast. It doesn't do. It's not a good impression at all. All right, keep going. Sorry. This is fun. I like this. I actually like this now.
I feel like I can't do an actual impression, so it's gonna be more about what I say.
Okay.
Oh, that damn vile Snow White. I'm the fairest of them all.
Is it the ugly stepsisters? Is that Snow White?
Wrong fairy tale.
Oh, awkward. Is it the evil queen?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen Snow White, so.
Well, do you know who Lana Parrilla is?
No.
Okay, so she plays the evil queen on Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
Which is a show that I watched, and we stan a queen. She's a queen.
Wait, I remember her coming up, and we were talking about not to out you attractive celebrities. Isn't she attractive? She's attractive, but I haven't seen her in a while. But
she is a queen, yes.
Yeah.
Not to out you, but attractive celebrities.
Dan's gonna give me one now.
Dan's gonna give you one that's really hard now because you just outed us.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh,
I like the first reactions.
so I can do this one, but this is again a very visual one. It's one I've done in the past. But hold on, let me try and do the. That's not bad. You,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying
take it,
is what you just said.
take it.
Take it. Take it. Wait, keep going.
Hi, blank.
Oh, Pennywise.
Yes,
Pennywise. Yeah,
yeah.
that was good. Okay.
I do the
Take it.
dance, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
giving it
yeah.
away
You should do the dance.
when he does like.
Pennywise, the dancing clown. Yes. Very good.
It was Bill Skarsgård. Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård.
But in parentheses says Pennywise.
Pennywise. Yeah, that's what mine said. Lana Parrilla.
Yeah.
Um,
Dan, king of consistency. Oh, absolutely! I'm so excited to do this one. Okay. Again, I just need like 2 seconds to like come up with what I want to say because this one I'm excited about. Did you hear that? Are those two going out? Did you hear the new Taylor album?
is it Father Jack Dennis?
I like it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Again, that was another visual one that I'm very good at playing him, and he's seen it in campus ministry once, I believe.
I hope that your sound came through because it was very quiet.
Yeah, because he talks pretty quietly.
You literally only had to say, "Are you coming on my men's retreat?" and you would have immediately.
Yes. Oh, true. God, true. Well, no, if you're doing that, you got to stop someone from like stand in front of the lunch line or something and make sure they talk to you beforehand. But I love Father Jack.
Okay. I would say that. Did you notice that was a terrible. That was so bad. But I say that I did notice that when you can't tell the truth, you have a sensation in your stomach that forces you to become a little bit nauseous. Is that true?
Wait, why do I know this voice? Did they narrate a lot of things?
No.
Okay.
It's
not. At first, I thought it was Bill Clinton, but I was like,
definitely not Bill Clinton.
I know this voice.
I'm pretty sure we saw this movie together too.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll ask you again. Did you notice anything suspicious about your boss? Gosh. Did you notice any blood on the counter?
Oh, was it the movie that we saw? Knives Out?
Yes, but who from that?
I don't know. I might not know the actor.
Can you describe the character?
Nope. I will like
you know nothing from.
Is it the guy that died or like and then framed someone for it? You can tell I really watched this movie thoroughly.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to do Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have known.
You know who Daniel Craig is?
No.
He's the actor who plays James Bond. He plays the detective in this movie.
Well, I'm very cultured right now.
He plays the detective in this movie from Louisiana, and I just did a terrible Louisiana accent. That I'm sure our fans in Louisiana I'll get some crap for that, but
okay. All right. Again, this is someone that I would go a million different routes with. But I like this one too. Because there are classic things I could do, but I don't want to give it away right away. So I'm just an Italian girl from New York, and I, like just when he came over, like we're just too like I served him leftovers. Like I didn't even like there can be 100 people in a room and 99 don't believe in you and just one does, and that person was him. Let me try and think of.
I think I have an idea, but I'm forgetting the character's name. But is it
Hold on.
Lady Gaga and Star is Born?
No, it's just Lady Gaga. Just
Oh,
like,
Lady
well,
Gaga.
yes,
Oh, okay.
that was how she talked about her. That's how she talked about her relationship with as friends. I say that as friends because everybody's like, oh, they were dating. It's like, no, they weren't. But with Bradley Cooper and just in terms of she always goes so deep into converse. Like people ask her a simple question, they're like, "What do the next 10 years look like for you?" And this was a recent interview that she did, and I love her for this. She's my queen, as you know. But they're like, "What do the next 10 years look like for you? What could you think?" And she's like, "Well, I can't think about what it would be like, but I could pray for it. I could pray that everybody has like a just," and it was just a very like deep but like authentic answer. Like she was just like she's very genuine, and sometimes it'd be like, "Ma'am, this is a Wendy's parking lot," like, or "This is a Wendy's drive-through." Like it's like you could insert that there. But yeah, she also says she's
What
Italian all the time.
what was her character's name in
Allie.
Allie? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the name, but I could not think of it.
Did you not get did he give you a response?
No, he gave me my next impression.
Hey, that's what happened to me too. I was like, how many do we have left? And I just got the name of the next impression. I was like, all
This
right.
is
Oh, this is the
okay.
last one.
um Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to my lawn. Um, the next time we'll all be together, you will have fully squeezed the sponge,
Father Lane. I knew it. I knew it immediately, but I
raised,
just was waiting for
and
Squeak
we'll raise a beer together. And yeah,
Bo.
that was such a terrible
No, but as soon as
Father
you said
Lane.
Vaughn, I knew it. But I was like, I'm waiting for the sponge reference because I needed it. That is the president of Loyola University. For those that don't know, though, I'm
The former president,
former. Yes,
former president
he's on
of
to bigger and better things.
Loyola University, Maryland.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, I'm excited for your last one.
I'm not. I do. Oh, again, this one's a little bit tougher for me, but I think I could still do it. Um. Oh, I don't want to embarrass myself, but I know.
Okay, I just did Daniel Craig from Knives Out. You can do.
Can I? You don't know which one I got yet.
Okay, I've already embarrassed myself. Come and join me. That's the point of this. Embarrassing
Point
ourselves.
of view.
Embarrassing ourselves for the entertainment of others.
I'm really gonna out Pizza the Hut here, but um, um,
Gonna out Pizza the Hut here.
when this person, it's like I'm supposed to go to some meeting, and it's like I just wanted to like I was like halfway through, I was like I didn't even want to be there, and it's like no.
I know who it is, but I want you to do more.
I was gonna do the every time you know how he does his really deep voice when he's singing. Hear the spirit.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
That's what it is. I can't go. I
Do
don't
it
know
again.
the
Do it
song. I
again.
wasn't in chapel choir.
Do it again.
When he says every time I like just like and you just hear it and then it's like whoa, his voice, I didn't know it went that deep. What a legend.
George Miller.
Yes, yes.
My former boss, associate director of campus ministry.
Yes.
Uh
A duck?
Awesome. Awesome. This is going so well. And the fact that you might have come up with this one makes it even worse because that means I'm just doing a really bad job. Let me think. Come on. I'm trying to think what else. Because there are so many good ones. I'm trying to think of like a good line. I wonder if a fall from this height would be enough to kill me. That's a line. And I can't believe that's a line.
I wonder if a fall from this height.
I can't give names because like, of other characters because it would give it away. I'm just really outing myself as bad at impressions.
That's the whole point of this.
Yes. Yeah. And next episode, Justin will be singing for us. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, maybe it would be good. I don't know. I've
We
never.
sang in our music episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. We have beautiful voices. Let me keep thinking. All of the good like lines. Wow, they have it. Canned bread. That's literally doesn't even sound like this person. I'm
And bread?
canned bread. Yes, I'm saying my favorite lines from this person.
I feel dumb.
No, you shouldn't. I should just feel bad at impressions. What are some? No insert name here. This is not an instrument.
Are you doing SpongeBob?
No.
Or you doing? Oh, you wait. Oh no! Wait. Not SpongeBob. Oh, Squidward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No insert name here. You can just say
Well, if I
Patrick.
said no, Patrick, because it would be like, oh, well, that's easy.
Well, I'd said SpongeBob first anyway. So.
Yeah. Okay. True. Well, that was fun and fresh. Okay, your turn.
I can only think of this character from the musical iteration. It's time to play. No, that's not it either.
Oh,
Nope.
wait, no, I think
Wow. Okay, I understand the dead space.
right? Okay, so I'm gonna say, is it Steve Harvey?
No, because
'Cause
it's not. That would have been a good one though.
Did you know, fun fact, Joey Fatone is the person that says it's time to play Family Feud. He was in NSYNC.
Really?
Yes. But that's your fun fact for the day.
You are an ogre.
Oh, it's not Donkey because
Things are looking up. Things are looking up here in Duloc.
Am I stupid? Like, what? It's not Shrek, but they have to be from Shrek. Is it Lord Farquaad?
Yes.
What an ugly motherfucker.
The reason that I say I could only think of the musical iteration is because Shrek the musical is fantastic, and Things Are Looking Up Here in Duloc is a song from that.
Well, good on you, King. All right, my turn. Oh, okay. This is a good one. Oh, what? What do you want? And then she goes, oh.
It's okay. Keep going.
Fat.
My God, I've gotten fat.
Oh my God, you've gotten fat. Like, come. Like, no capes.
No capes. Edna Mode.
Yeah, yes. I'm really just butcher.
Stop, darling. Stop.
Yeah, like darling, no.
Pull yourself together, darling.
See, you're good at that one. You're really good at that one.
What? What is it? What do you want?
What? And then she says, "My God, you've gotten fat."
My God, you've gotten fat. Okay, this one. So you see here.
Wait, why do I recognize that already?
You need to listen to your mother. Such a terrible impression of this person.
Listen to your mother. What is that from?
Why don't you tell me what's going on at home? It's not from like a scripted TV show.
Okay. Is it from
movie.
SNL?
Huh?
Is it from SNL?
No.
Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
How did you get that from what I just said?
Okay. I don't know. But did you know his son is a singer?
No.
Something McGraw. It's not Tim McGraw. He's not a country singer. And he opened for the Jonas Brothers, and he actually had shirts that said, whatever his name is, McGraw is not a country singer. So that was funny. Because that's what.
That was a terrible Dr. Phil. I don't know how you got that.
Well, when you said like it's not a scripted show,
I guess that was a bigger hint than
making house calls now if anybody's in need. Anyways, all right, here I go again on my own. Yeah.
I liked at the mode. No capes.
Yeah. Did we lose King? Did he
I don't know
fall?
this. I don't know if this is gonna be one, but for some reason I'm thinking of like the um like, oh my god, Nemo's swimming out to seas.
Did we put King to sleep? Okay.
Switching it up. King of switching it up.
King of switching it.
Should we kiss while we switch it up?
While we switch it up, please.
Don't put that in the podcast.
All right. See you around.
Normal SpongeBob.
Hi, how are you?
Is that the impression?
Yeah, wonderful weather we're having.
I did a terrible follow the name.
That's okay. Oh, I have a good one. Oh, SpongeBob. Whoa.
Mrs. Puff?
Yes, yes. That was good. That was good. Also, I really, when she's like, what's for dinner tonight, Puff Mama? Chili?
Okay.
Oh, SpongeBob.
I'm trying to do because there's an obvious way I could do this where you're gonna be like, but I'm gonna try and do it so it's like you won't get it right away. When I'm driving on the road, do you ever just think about life
I know who it is already.
and
oh shoot, what
stare
the
at the beauty of it?
yeah, no, I know exactly who you're talking about. Why can't I think of the person? Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, sometimes in life. I
Yeah.
sounded British. I didn't mean to go British, but I was trying to do his Lincoln commercials.
Yeah, no, that's what
Sometimes when you're driving on the road.
my mother has texted me saying she is bored, so allow me to.
Have your mom come in and do an impression.
Yeah.
That was a good one. All right, I was happy with my performance there.
Yeah, that was good. King of performing. Oh. That's hard. That's really hard.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's just really difficult. Like I don't know what to do.
Worst comes to worst, I always just like quote them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I legitimately can't think of anything. This is hard. I'll just talk as if I were them, I guess. So like I was the number one. I can't even do. I don't like. I had the album of the year at the Grammys, and like I don't like y'all like you guys. I can do more visuals stuff, but
Is it Taylor Swift?
yeah. Wow.
Just
That-
the y'all you guys got me. That's
Yeah.
all you had to do.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you
Because
don't give yourself enough credit. Apparently,
Well-
you do a really good Taylor Swift.
I would not.
All you guys like.
I would not say I do a good Taylor Swift, but thank you.
That was good. You could have sang some of her song.
But that's so easy. Like
Do
I'm
an
trying.
obscure lyric.
What?
Do like a really obscure lyric.
Yeah.
Cause she's dead. It's like
Like I know, but like you would have got that immediately. Like it wouldn't have even been funny how quick you got it. Like
I can't believe you got Matthew McConaughey.
that one wasn't that. That was a good one.
All right, this is the last one.
Okay.
I didn't want to do all right, because that would have been such a giveaway. I can't get rid of. Oh my God, Nemo's swimming out to seas in my out of my head. I can't get that
That's
out of
funny.
my head.
I wouldn't have known the name of the fish. I would have just said like, "Oh, it's oh
I
my
don't
God."
know the name of the fish either.
I don't know if that fish has a name, which is so sad.
Uncredited fish.
Uncredited fish. That's gonna be my name in the next Pixar movie.
Okay, Nick. I don't know if you know this person, but I really hope you do.
Okay.
I don't think I can do them. You ever sit by the hotel pool? Okay, you see, and you have these people, and they come out bright and early, and they put these towels down on the chairs, reserved them. You see these people? Do you guys see these people around? Do you see these people? And we were sitting by the pool, and these guys, and I'm all for positive body image, but these guys come down, their toes hanging out the side of their sandals.
Why do I know? I think I know that line.
And, let me do another line, another bit.
Is it from SNL?
No.
Is it from a movie?
No.
Charades, apparently.
Here's the thing. So here's the thing about first dates, right? Everyone has their secrets. Everybody's got them. Everyone's got their secrets, right? You have a secret. I could look at you. I point at you. I could say, you have a secret. And on first dates, you don't tell your secrets, right? So my secret, I'm allergic to dairy. So when I was on a first date with my wife, we're at the restaurant. We finish our meals, and she goes, "Do you want to get dessert?" I go, "Sure, yeah. Let's get dessert." Yeah. I wasn't gonna say, "Nah, if I eat this, I'm gonna shit the bed tonight." So
this person's funny. I just don't know who it is.
We get the dessert, and we go back to her place afterwards, and we're about to watch a movie, right? So we're on the couch. All of a sudden, the dairy's coming back. It's rumbling, wants to come up for its second act. And so I just casually go, when I'm cool with it. And I go, "Hey, you got a bathroom or something like that?" Hoping that she'd say, you go down the hall, take a left, and then you go outside. Goes, "Oh, yeah, it's right down the hall." He goes, "All right." So I'm in there, turn the fan on, and boom, dairy, everything just all comes out. Turn the sink on before everything. Boom, terrible.
Wasn't.
When I'm done, I come out, and she goes, "Okay, well, years later, we're married, and we talked about this." And I mentioned to her, on that first day, I didn't want to tell you, but I was allergic to dairy. She goes, "Dairy? I thought you were just washing your hands the whole time," because she heard the sink running. And I'm like, "Whoa. Washing my hands? I was farting into your towels."
Who was this? I don't know who this was.
You don't know who this is?
No.
All right, well, Dan's gonna have to give me another one, but Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but they're funny.
You're gonna have to watch his specials on Netflix.
Okay.
I don't do the piece of justice.
That's okay. I'll watch it. I bet you do. I'm not in the know.
Nick is not a stand-up guy.
I'm a sit-down guy. On the podcast. I'm gonna quit. God, I look so ugly today.
Okay.
Anyway,
this is one that's difficult because the person has a lot of easy recognizable lines. I could do someone else's impression of this person.
Okay. Oh, I already know who it is.
Hey, on my next guest,
Ellen. I knew it. As soon as you said someone else's impression, I was like, it is Kate McKinnon as Ellen. Because that's
I'm
what
Ellen. I'm Ellen.
I'm Ellen. My kitty cat.
I don't know about my kitty cats.
Yeah. I love baby goats. When you...
Baby goats. Hey, y'all, that's Twitch over there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I can do more Tom if you want before we end this, because so it would be like, come
Do it.
on, let's do it. Let's just do it. Come on. And I'd be like, no, like I have homework. I don't want to. It's like, come on, don't you want to have some fun though? Like, let's like go out. It's like, we can go to dinner, and then it's like, okay, and like I would do that, or like you'd be like, what are some other things? Yeah, no, that's my Tom impression.
Nick, before we leave, do you have an impression that you like can do? That like you like no, that sounded terrible.
The one you can do? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I knew where you were going with it. I'm
I
just
meant like, do you have an impression that like you have in your pocket that you can like? I don't want to say where I was going with that sentence, but you know what I mean. Like
that I can do.
Yeah.
Like one that I can do well.
One that you can do, and that you
I mean, I'm sure there are a
bring out
lot.
at parties.
I've done them before, but I just like I guess I don't know on the spot. Usually I go for like honestly for Father Jack. But again, you have to do the whole visual. That's what makes it,
Like I can do a lot of our friends, but like one that like everybody will know, all of our listeners will know is Elmo. I can do a
okay, hit
really
us
good.
with it.
I can do a really good Elmo.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Big Bird.
Oh, that is good. That's good.
Oh, hello, Nicholas.
That is good. That's good. I like that. That
loves you.
I hate that. That's so good.
Me too.
And I'm
Me too.
not gonna try and follow it up there.
SpongeBob.
Um,
You're a big SpongeBob fan. That's the only reason I asked.
I think Patrick is the easiest to do.
You just drop your voice.
I
Oh, you could. Oh, yeah.
That's Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
What in tarnation? I can't do Sandy.
Can you do the SpongeBob laugh?
I mean, I kind of, not really.
Hi, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Why?
What do you want?
All right, what an episode this has been. Nick, it's been a pleasure as always. I feel like this episode
was my last. I'm kidding.
No. I think it plunged into chaos, but
it did, and you did a great job. We went from the masks we wear to the
impressions we
do.
Or can't do.
Can't do, yeah.
Anyway, my name is Justin.
I'm Nick. And Tom and Lady Gaga and George Miller and Father Jack. And this has been Point of Due.
You can reach all of us on Instagram and Facebook at Point of DOO Podcast. That's Point of Due Podcast. Or by sending us a voice message on our website, anchor.fm/Point of Due. If you enjoy our show, give us a rating or review in the Apple Podcast Store, or share us with a friend or family member. We'd very much appreciate it and are truly grateful for all of your support. As always, we hope you have a wonderful week.
When you send us an audio, I would love to hear impressions of ourselves. I just realized that at the last point. Until next time, H.
And as a side note, if you do send us a voice message, we'd love to hear your impression of either me or Nick.
That's what I meant. Yes.
If you want to send us that would be amazing. Anyway, have a great week. Thank you for listening. And until next time.
H.
Time to say hi.